to Simply Good, Cooking with Rebecca. With Thanksgiving right around the corner, I thought I'd make my pumpkin cookies with cream cheese filling. These are great for either office parties or Thanksgiving because they can be made a few days in advance and they'll stay nice and moist. They're great anytime you want the feel of pumpkin pie, but something that's just a little bit different. First thing I'm going to do is mix up my wet ingredients. Okay, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of white sugar, and 1 cup of vegetable oil. My sugar and my vegetable oil in, I'm just going to add my pumpkin. I'm using pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. You can use pumpkin pie filling. The only difference is that it already has the spices added, and I like to kind of tweak and add my own spices. But if you find it easier, just go ahead and buy pumpkin pie filling. You're going to be using 1 15-ounce can or half of 1 28-ounce can. With my wet ingredients in my mixing bowl, I'm just going to put this on my mixer and mix these until well blended. To my blended wet ingredients, I'm going to add 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to add the eggs one at a time and then my vanilla. Okay, now that that's all blended, I'm going to be mixing my dry ingredients in a separate bowl. Just going to get the mixer out of the way. I'm going to start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. To the flour, we're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and then we're going to add our spices. Okay, next we're going to be adding in our spices. I'm going to be using about a tablespoon of cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, and a pinch of ground cloves. You can alter the spices to your liking. And ginger is also a typical pumpkin pie spice, but I don't care for it, so I leave it out. But adding in ginger would make it more of a traditional pumpkin pie spice. Okay, once your spices are in, you want to just kind of whisk these together with a fork a little bit. You just want to make sure that the flour is nice and fluffy, and also that you don't have any sections with clumps of spices, because you don't want to bite into a cookie and have all your clove right in one area. So you just want to make sure it's thoroughly combined with a fork. Okay, once your spices and flour are thoroughly combined, you're just going to add that to your wet ingredients while mixing. You're just going to gradually add it until it's all combined. Okay, once your cookies are mixed, these cookies are piped, so I'm going to be using this, it's called the dessert maker, but you can use just a regular pastry bag or just a plastic storage bag. You can just cut a hole, or if you're going to be piping them out like I am, I'm using a number 12 tip, excuse me. It's just a circle tip, it's a round hole. You don't want to use a tip that's too small. I tried that the first time I was making them, and my hand was cramping until I figured out I just needed a little bit bigger of a round tip. So I'm just going to fill this and then pipe my cookies onto squares of parchment paper. Okay, once you've piped out a sheet of your cookies, you're just going to put these into a preheated 400-degree oven for 11 minutes, and when they come out, you're just going to cool them on cooling racks. While my cookies are cooling, I'm going to mix up my filling. It's a simple cream cheese frosting. It's just a stick of butter, a stick of cream cheese, a pound of powdered sugar, and a little bit of vanilla, and maybe some cream to thin it out. So I'm going to start by beating my butter by itself. Once your butter is nice and fluffy, you're going to beat in your 8 ounces of cream cheese. Okay, once your butter and cream cheese are mixed together, you're going to slowly add 1 pound of powdered sugar. Once your powdered sugar is all mixed in, I'm going to mix in about a teaspoon of vanilla. You can also add some of the pumpkin pie spices if you'd like. I like to stick with just vanilla. Once you've mixed in your vanilla, your frosting is complete and you just need to spread it between your cookies. If your frosting is a little thicker than you'd like, you can add either cream or milk, 1 or 2 drops at a time until it gets to the consistency you'd like. That completes my pumpkin cookies with cream cheese filling. They're a pumpkin dessert that's just a little bit different. So whether it's Thanksgiving or you just want a taste of fall, they're simply good.